How you handle the smalls is how you handle the alls. See, it's not the big moves that separate people. It's the small details, the things that most people ignore, the things that seem insignificant in the moment. They stack up over time. I mean, think about it. Big words, they're just small words that are put together. So anytime we're trying to teach somebody how to sound out a big word, what do? You tell them to break the big words down. Big businesses, they didn't start off as big businesses. They were small, and they grew through consistent execution. Even the biggest mansion, look at the biggest mansion, man. It's just a bunch of 2x4s that are stuck together. Nothing big happens without a collection of small things done consistently. Even an atom, the smallest known particle, is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. A great year is just a series of good days stacked together. Doesn't mean you won't have a bad day. You will. But the difference between success and failure is simple. More good days than bad. More wins than losses. And when you do lose, you come back at it again with better lessons. And this applies to every part of your life. The 5 F's, I call it. Faith, family, fitness, finances, fulfillment. How you handle the smalls is how you handle the alls. Case in point, my daughter, she's going to be a senior next year. It's crazy. I can't believe it. Straight A student. But those A's didn't just happen. It was because all the small things she did every day, year after year, that is now going to give her the opportunity to choose her future. She has options, and that's what you want. Options, not just obligations. Obligations are always going to be there. But when you handle the small things right, you gain flexibility and freedom. Look at people who are stuck in jobs that they hate. It's not because they suddenly woke up trapped. It's because over time, they ignored the small disciplines, and now they desperately want a way out. I can give you the way out. Start handling the small things. Seems crazy. Think back to the atom. It's the most powerful things. Hell, James Clear wrote a whole book, Atomic Habits. It's the small things, man. Start handling the small things, the boring, the routine, the unsexy work. There's no magic formula. There's no class you got to enroll. There's no app you got to download. You already have it. It's just stacking small wins day after day. I mean, Coach Prime said it best. He said when you get to the NFL, and this is what he tells young rookies when they come into the NFL. He said, let me tell you something. Everyone at this level, everyone is strong. Everyone is strong. Everyone is fast. The difference, the details. He kept a diary on every player that he faced. He studied film. He took notes. He learned their habits. And over time, those notes turned into volumes of information. So when he stepped onto the field, he already knew what they were going to do before they did. That's how he won. That's how he's become one of the best athletes ever. And that's how he became a Hall of Famer. It ain't talent. It's preparation. And that's the beautiful thing about it all. Preparation is the greatest equalizer for all of us. Because it's not about being the biggest. It's not about being the strongest or the fastest or the richest. It's the man who's willing to do the small things over and over again without quitting. Most people try to overcorrect all at once, or they don't start at all. And you can separate yourself by locking in on the small things. And the small things, whatever area that you want to improve on. Faith, family, fitness, finances, fulfillment. Small things done repeatedly makes the biggest difference. So if you want to start a podcast, if you want to write a book, if you want to get in better shape, if you want to build wealth, if you want to spend more time with the family, it's all in the small daily actions. No crazy leaps, no instant transformation, just consistent small moves that compound over time. That's how you create the escape velocity, the force that pulls you out of the stagnation and into momentum. That's how you create escape velocity. That's how you create escape velocity, the force that pulls you out of this stagnation and slingshots you into the momentum. So how do you start? You lock in your no matter what's, your NMWs, I call them. These are small, non-negotiable actions that you do every day, no matter what. It's all it is. And I'm telling you, man, it's probably in the mornings. I try to win the mornings is what I do. That's my thing. I get these things done in the morning, so no matter what happens, the rest of the day is so uncertain. Lock in some certainty. And the way that you do that is to formulate a process. Number one, wake up at a set time. Let me tell you something. Netflix, they're going to be there tomorrow. Stop clicking on the next episode the night before. Discipline yourself to wind down so that way when you wake up, you're ready and you're not wrecked. Number two, read something every day. Even if you don't love reading, you got to be learning, man. But reading slows down your mind and refocuses your attention and expands your thinking. Reading is so important. The reason why you don't like to read is because you trained yourself not to read. We've gotten into this ADD society, and so everything is done in 15-second pops. So you can kind of work within that ADD where you don't have to sit down for hours to read a book. This is why I like random reading. I get a new book every day. You can literally read a book a day. Doesn't mean you have to read the whole book to get something of use. That's all you're reading for anyway, is to read for ideas, read to use it, and apply it to your life. That's why you read, not to brag. Oh, I read this many books. Fuck all that. How much of that you read did you apply? This is why I like the random reading. 15 minutes, and then how can I apply it to my life? Write every day. This is why I like to read before I write. So a lot of times when I'm reading 15, 20 minutes, it triggers something inspirational, and then I write it. Don't type it, write it, because you're going to self-censor yourself if you type it. So write it, because you're going to begin to unlock ideas and new ways of thinking as you write. It's a magical thing. It ain't going to happen overnight. But if you do this over time, dude, if I showed you my trunk, I have a trunk that's full of notepads. Full of notepads. I don't go back to most of them. But they're there. And what's happened is I've layered this learning in, and it's so accessible when I'm in the moment. I can meet somebody high and powerful, or I can meet the everyday man. And I can hang with either one of them because I handle the smalls. A little bit of reading every day. Write about it. Then I work out. That's number 4. Move your body, man. You don't have to be the next Lou Ferrigno, Incredible Hulk, if you don't know who that is, because I'm older than you. But you do have to move your body, man. Get some strength in, man. Because strength is lose it or use it. No, I think I said that backwards. Is use it or lose it. So you got to use it, man. You use it, you get stronger. You don't use it, you get weaker. And you don't want to be those old, feeble people with tennis balls on their walker because you neglected the small things done every single day. Get outside, get some sun, lift something. And last, share something of value. This is important, man. Everybody's a badass at something. You're an expert at something. Share that. I don't care if it's the world's best blueberry muffins that you know how to make, and you can tell me how to make it in 5 minutes or less. For God's sake, share that. We want to know. Or you know how to do the proper deadlift, where everybody blows their back out, and you've designed a technique and a rhythm and a routine on how to do a deadlift. Be the deadlift guy. Everybody has something to share, contribute to society. See, that's the cool thing about all of this is they're not huge things. They're not huge commitments. They don't take hours. You just do them in small waves in the gaps every single day, and this is what's going to make you unstoppable. Look, none of these things alone, none of them will change your life overnight. But when you stack these things together, it's like that mansion. When you stack them together over time, this is what's going to make you unbeatable because you do them every single day. And that's the equalizer. That's the thing. Actually, it's not the equalizer. That's the separator. All things being equal. The thing that separates you from everybody else even from some of the most powerful people in the world. It's the small things, because the difference is in the detail. How you handle the smalls is how you handle the alls. So today, what small things will you lock in? All right? Want to hear about it. I'm on all the socials. DM me at Marsh Spice. Remember, keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, stay tough. Peace.